A few moments later.
Oops. Sorry about that. Welcome to another edition of Sports Church right here on the brand new Barracks Party Media. I'm your host, John Kerman, aka Friar Mini. Today, I'm a United States Marine Corps veteran. 2311 was my MOS. I'm a card carrying member of the E4 Mafia, allegedly, and the founding member of the brand new media group I just spoke of, Barracks Party Media, that is still very much in its infancy, but we are working on it. Thanks for tuning in to gather together, the worship the altar of competition for grown men and women, play with balls, drive around in circles, beat the shit out of each other, and bring onto us despair and hope. So, a lot to unpack, a short time to do it, and we're down one guy, but that's all right. We'll make it. First in, first up. He's also a United States Marine Corps veteran. He served with the beautiful all-inclusive resort known as 43 area, Las Pulgas, Camp Pendleton, California. Guest of the most holistic company in Marine Corps history, Ammo Company, part of First Supply Battalion, First Force Service Support Group, First Mar Div. He's been my boy for many, many years, and he is a fight junkie. So without further ado, let's bring on the brother Bishop, Pook Dog.
Bro, I don't know, man. Probably if UFC 300, incredible, man. You said we got a lot to unpack in a short time to do it. Man, it's probably good that we're down a man. I could do a whole show with what happened yesterday. I mean, okay, like I know that I knocked the card. I know I had a lot of smart shit to say about the card right before UFC 299. And that had a lot to do with the fact that I didn't really care for the main event, even though the main event was great. Pereira is amazing. I got the knock I have on Pereira is he's never been tested by a real wrestler. He's never. They've handpicked this guy's. He's won 2 championships. He's gotten 2 different belts, but he's never been challenged by like a guy that was a former Olympic wrestler, a freaking NCAA champion wrestler. He never was. You know, I really want to see this guy get tested like that. If he can stay on his feet, use his distance, and scramble to his feet when he's fighting an elite wrestler. I mean, nobody wants to see a boring fight. Nobody wants to see professional leg humpers, but I mean, it's part of the game. You got to be able to defend that kind of stuff. Great fight, though, man. Great fight card from top to bottom. We're going to unpack that. We're going to get into that. Real quick, this is your intro. I listened to your intro now. So, okay. So, obviously, we're separated from the man that shall be nameless, the former we're separated from him.
Yeah.
We lost Doc. We don't need to get into the details of that. We lost Doc.
Yeah.
We were named something else before. Now we're named this. We lost Bobby the Boot. Bobby the Boot was funny.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right, so we lost Bobby the Boot. And now you're renaming this thing the Barracks Party Media.
Mm-hmm.
Minnie, this sounds like a Facebook group for gay Marines. The Barracks Party? Dude, I'm like, bro, I'm like envisioning like a Tatum T. Tatum with one girl and like 10 dudes or something. The Barracks Party Media. Like, is this a triple X site? I don't know.
That's what she said.
Anyway, I digress. We'll get back to get back to the what's that hand here?
All right, coming up next, we call him Pops, and on today we call him Reverend Pops. We call him Pops because he's my father. He's been in the auto racing industry for over 50 years, in one form or another, whether it was a little kid holding a flashlight, whether it was announcing at racetracks, whether it was covering shows or producing shows for ESPN, doing sports reports for Channel 18 WVTV, which I don't even think exists anymore as it was as a news station. But he's been around and hung around with just about all of them, sometimes much to my detriment as a young man, being thrown onto a bar and being forced to drink beer from a pour by a shall not be named NASCAR star. But anyways, he's the man, he's the myth, he's the legend. He is our auto racing expert. As things begin to heat up, we're going to need him more than ever. Reverend Pops, here he comes.
Hey, you wouldn't be the man you are today if you didn't go around hauling all that equipment around.
It's true. It was training.
I mean, it built muscles, man.
Dude, Pook, you would not believe. No, we're talking I think when Dad started letting me help, or Mom just sent me with him to quote unquote be the informer. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna write on my dad. Good luck with that one. But I became his pack rat. And you wouldn't believe, think about tech now, right? But go back to the mid 80s and the camera and the battery packs and the tripods and the video recorders and all that shit. And I'm hoofing it. And I'm like 10. So it was like I was already getting ready for the Grim Reaper. Like,
yeah, got you prepared. Got you prepared for what you needed to.
Yeah. I mean, the recorder was real close to 50 pounds.
Yeah.
And the tripod probably 15 pounds.
Yeah.
But because it was so big, it was just ungodly. So you really should have used both hands to hold it. But no, because you're going up steps, You need one hand to hold the banister. It was
MCT was a
wild.
breeze.
Oh,
MCT was a breeze for you.
My body was like, oh, I remember this pain. We're good. We're good. Yeah.
Oh, bro,
No,
MCT,
no, it's
you know,
fun.
I mean, I don't want to sound like a super pussy, but I thought I was gonna die on some of them hikes at MCT, man.
Oh,
I was with
really?
I was with a unit called Humpin' Hotel.
Yeah.
Oh my god, man. We had this guy, his name was like Corporal Powell. He was like a crazy guy, freaking attacked the provost marshals and shit, got busted down from a sergeant to a freaking corporal, was gonna be a drill instructor, got sent to be with us. Oh, it's freaking crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's freaking
My guys were great. I had one
Great.
Cuban immigrant who was really working on his English and hadn't necessarily picked up on idioms yet. And be like, hey, Corporal, what do what do we do about this position? Or are we going to put a position over there? You got me screaming eagle shit. I'm like, what does that even mean, dude? Like what are you talking
That's
about?
where you got that from. I say that now to this day because you say that. Yeah. They got me screaming eagle shit, bro. I never knew what that meant either.
No, I still
I actually used it.
I think it's just I have no fucking idea, but like, oh, he was a trip. But no, I mean, like I had a very strange love-hate relationship with humping, man. Like I was super good at it. I think it's just because I hated it. Never fell out, never even remotely close to falling out. I mean, I was fucking hooking guys up to my fucking Alice pack and just dragging them.
Yeah,
usually,
I mean,
usually
don't
like
get me
5
wrong,
foot Mexican dudes, but you know.
Don't get me wrong. Going up hills and stuff, I've helped some guys out too. But like, just
it's brutal.
The length of some of them hikes and like how fast the pace was and everything. I literally thought my heart was going to explode inside of my body.
Oh yeah. I saw the doctor this week. Update on me. My knees started to hurt real bad about a month ago, and I go to see the doctor, and he goes, and he's known me for 3 years. I've had the same doctor for 3 years, so he's gotten all the stories and all that other stuff. And he goes, I was just kind of waiting for this to happen. I'm like, you were? He's like, yeah. He said, this shouldn't happen for 20 years. But from your stories about the Marine Corps and how you used to run forever, yeah, this is good. This is starting to happen. So my knees are starting to, they're not arthritic, but it's like the start. So yay.
I mean, shit, dude, like, I don't know, man. For a Pogas Marine I'll admit I am. Man, how about Master Guns training us for freaking his marathons that he ran? That was freaking crazy, man. It's fucking nuts, dude.
That's why the guy loved me so much.
4-hour integrity runs from Captain Burgess and shit. That shit was outrageous. That was nuts.
Burgess was a gangster. I love that dude.
Literally, he had a gold tooth, right? Literally a gangster.
Yeah. He loved me. Him and Master loved me because I could run. And they're like, get done with PT. And they're like, hey, we're going to go out.
Huge, dude. In our company.
And I'm like, yeah, let's go.
That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah. Oh,
that's
yeah.
Huge.
Oh, yeah. So they love me for that.
That's huge. Oh, your boots are shine. You can run. Oh, you're good to go. It doesn't matter what else is going on with you.
Oh, yeah.
You're good to go.
Show up the company formation with a black guy.
Got shine. This guy can run. I don't see a problem with anything he does.
I think Master Guns loved it because I'd finish, and you know this all the time. I'd finish. It'd be a PFT, you know, and I'd run it. I remember they disavowed that 14-15 that I did. I ran it again on the different course. I got a 14-25. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Wow.
But I fucking, as soon as I got done, lit up
cigarettes. You'd always fire up a rocket. Every time after a run, you fire up a rocket. No matter how long.
And then run out there.
You couldn't wait. You couldn't wait to fire.
Catch the stragglers, run back out the stragglers with the smoke in my hand. Pause. All right, let's go, motherfuckers. Come on, let's go. And they're like, what the fuck? This guy's been done for all. And he's just sitting there smoking his. Yeah, that was me. All right, man. Pook. Lead us out, brother. Man, you got.
Yeah, that's good. That's gonna be easy.
It's funny. It's funny, though, that you talked a lot of shit about this card.
And
then it turned out to be like a blockbuster card.
Here's the problem I had. I really like the main event for $299, right? And I was like, man, 299 was a great card, right? I really liked the main. I didn't so much like this Pereira Hill fight for the main event because, and don't get me wrong, this is a great pay-per-view. I mean, that's a great header. That's a great header for any pay-per-view, okay? Any pay-per-view. But this is UFC 300. I wanted to see Brock Lesnar. I wanted to see Conor, okay? I wanted to see – that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see something special, man. I want to see John Jones, man. I want to see John Jones fighting Aspinall. You know, I wanted to, but you're not, or John Jones fighting the fireman from Cleveland. What's his name?
Oh, Stipe.
Yeah, Stipe. I wanted to see John fighting Stipe, John fighting Aspinall. That's what I wanted to see. Aspinall fighting Stipe. I don't know. That might not even be. I wanted to see John Jones. Really, what I wanted to see was Francis Ngannou, where they could have got their shit together and freaking worked the deal out with him, I swear. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. We had a great card. Let's talk positive about what the UFC gave us yesterday because it was special, a special night. We kicked it all off, and the prelims, I got to go through. That's why this is going to go so long. Because if you want me to I don't have to break down every single one of these fights. I watched all these fights except for one, I believe. I ran short on time. I didn't see
why don't we concentrate? We'll concentrate on the 2 clips you gave me, and then I got to go run, take care of something. So we'll do those 2 clips, and then you can go on your spiel, and I'll be back.
Okay.
I've got a text from somebody that something needs to be handled.
All right.
Guess what that is? Yeah. So the clips you sent me. Let me pull it up. The Sports Church highlights. Which one do you want to do first?
Well, we're gonna be bouncing around because I'm gonna go back after you get up. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna start talking about the prelims. I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna go through the
prelims. Okay,
I'm gonna go through. Yeah, these prelim. I mean, this is star-studded, man. Yeah. I mean, you got former champions on the prelims. You got freaking stars. You got household MMA names. I mean, here you are. If you're a casual fan of MMA, you're going to recognize 75 to 90% of the names on this card or more. If you're just a casual fan, if you're an MMA junkie, you know all these guys. You've watched all these guys fight. It's not like a night at the Apex Center. It was something else. It was special. That BMF title fight, that was one of the ones I sent you. That was one of the clips I sent you. And that was a freaking amazing fight. That was an amazing. Now, I didn't get a chance to watch Dana White's press conference. I barely had a chance because I worked last night till 4 a.m. I barely had a chance after indulging in some adult beverages and whatnot and getting a nap. I barely had a chance to watch this card. I managed to watch it all except for the Wei Li Zhang fight. And We'll get into that. So you want to go ahead? You want to jump?
Yeah, go do the prelims and then we'll do the
prelims with Pops. I'll talk about the prelims with Pops. Pops, were you able to catch this card at all?
No, my life has been kind of going strange, so don't get to see much TV.
Yeah, I hear you. Mine as well, Pops. I just got back from my lady right now, Miss Ellie, beautiful Miss Ellie, my Miss Ellie, she lost one of her really good friends to cancer.
Oh shit!
And I just got back from Seattle. I was at a wake, and it was done like old school, Pops. It was where like they had the wake right there. Like I didn't even know I was going to a wake.
Yeah,
I was going to this guy's house. I walked into this guy's house. There's a freaking body in the living room. So this lady's in the living room, and I'm just acting natural. Like I said, I was not expecting that. Like I was not expecting it. Pops.
That's the old days, man.
Yeah, no, and these people are Cambodian, so they had monks come over, and they had their whole family come over, and they were praying, and they were chanting, and they were praying, and there wasn't a dry eye in the house, man. I had to freaking get the hell out of there, man. I didn't want to cry. I didn't want to cry in front of the Asian people. I had to walk out on the porch, man. It was heavy, and I can honestly say I saw a ghost, Pops.
Really?
Yeah, I can. I mean it. I mean it. Unless the freaking lady's husband that passed away is like some kind of ham or something. Unless he's some kind of joker, and I don't believe that that's how it happened, because there was a lady that came to the wake that wasn't right with the deceased, wasn't right with the departed. She wasn't. They were in a state of conflict when she died. It was a relative, it was a close
Wow.
relative, a sister. I want to say a sister-in-law.
Oh, bummer.
A sister-in-law. So she was at the door, right? The owner of the home,
Yeah.
the husband, he's got his hand on the doorknob and he's got the door open maybe 4 or 6 inches wide, right? He's talking to this person,
Yeah.
and out of nowhere, I'm laying on the couch. I'm laying on the couch because I'm exhausted. I'm couched out. I'm laying on the couch. I'm the only guy that saw this. And out of nowhere, I see the door freaking slam. The door slammed out of his hand, and his eyes got as big as saucers.
Yeah.
Now, unless this guy's some kind of freaking clown hamming it up just for a show for me, and I don't believe he even knew I saw it. So he freaks out when that happens. He shuts the door. He leaves the girl right where she was, goes back into the living room where they had the deceased, said some words to his deceased wife, and then went back to the door, let the lady in, and the lady came in and apologized to his deceased wife. And then later on, Pops, I'm at a dinner table with this guy, and I look him in the eyeballs and I say, "Hey, did I see what I thought I saw?" You know what he says to me? No, he didn't see nothing. And then you know what his sister says? His sister says, "That's not what you told me upstairs." And then he fessed up. And he said it felt like something slapped his arm. That's wild. That's a wild one. It's a true story, though, Pops. True story. You don't see that. You don't see stuff like that every day. What's that?
I wanted to be part of. I guarantee.
No, it was weird, man. It was weird. Really heavy atmosphere. I'm glad I'm back home. I'm glad I'm back home with my dogs. I'm glad I'm back to work. So, and I'm happy to have such a great UFC card to talk about. The first fight we had of the evening or the afternoon, it actually started at 3 in the afternoon and went all night. The first card we had was Davison Figueiredo versus Cody Garbrandt. This fight ended in a rear naked choke in the second round. Pretty dominating performance by Davison Figueiredo. Davison Figueiredo was the favorite in this. I did expect Cody Garbrandt maybe to show a little bit more than what he did. You know what I mean, Pops?
Yeah.
But it was what it was. Rear naked choke submission. Davison Figueiredo, after the fight, he's talking about, hey, give me a shot at the championship again, blah, blah, blah. They probably will. Very hell of a performance. The next fight, one of my favorite fighters, Bobby Green, actually from an area I used to live in. He's from San Bernardino. I used to live in San Bernardino. I lived there for a few years. One of my favorite fighters, a hell of a personality. Been on the Joe Rogan podcast. He's a cool guy. He got knocked out in December by Jalen Turner. Took that fight on short notice. So when these fighters take fights like that on short notice and they get starched like that, I don't really put a lot of stock in those fights because you didn't actually have a training camp. You didn't get a chance to prepare for your opponent. You're thrown in there with a guy who had a training camp. UFC kind of does this to guys. They expect him to step up, and he did, and he got knocked out in that fight. Well, he had his revenge in this fight. He fought Jim Miller. Jim Miller's 44 years old. Jim Miller, Bobby Green. Jim Miller's looked really – he's 44, Pops. Jim Miller's 44 years old, and he got beat like an old man. The last few fights Jim Miller's had, he's looked tremendous. He's looked really well. The Bobby Green, I don't think, he took a shot in that first round. He took a flying knee, and he ate it. He ate that flying knee, and he played it off as if like it was at the end of round one, and he kind of played. It was pretty evenly matched round one. Close. It was close because Jim Miller had Bobby on the retreat a few times. Bobby landed all the significant shots for the most part. But if you want to talk octagon control, he was chasing Bobby all over that ring. He was chasing him all over that ring, and he caught him a few times. But Bobby Green, at the end of that first round, nails him with a flying knee. Jumped right into him with a flying knee. Cracked him flush in the face. His face was never the same after that. He didn't start bleeding right then and there, but I think that's when he got his nose broken. And the next thing you know, he's got a cut under his eye, a cut over his eye, a freaking bleeding out of his nose. His nose is smashed. This guy got beat up bad. Jim Miller got beat up bad. It was one of those fights, Pops, that's actually hard to watch. It's one of them fights It's one of them fights for me as a fan. It's one of them fights. I can name a couple. Over the years where a guy gets beat so bad, it's like, why do you watch this? This is sadistic. It was bad. Unless you're a sadist or a huge fan of violence and you like to watch old men getting beaten up, I wouldn't watch that Bobby Green, Jim Miller fight. 44 years old, yeah. Good on Bobby Green, though. Good on Bobby. All that being said, Bobby Green did what he was supposed to do. He came out, he put on a really good show. He was fighting with his arms down the whole fight, man. He does that a lot. But it was obvious that Jim Miller just wasn't on Bobby Green's level. And it don't help being old.
Is he just that fast that he can fight?
You broke up a little bit, Pops. I need you to repeat your last.
Okay,
your audio's coming in all kinds of broken up.
Oh, really? Is he that
great.
fast? Let me see. I'm talking. I get this thing straight.
All right, keep going, Poop.
All right, well, Jim Miller, 44-year-old man, like I was telling Pops, got beat like an old man by Bobby Green. And it was hard for me to watch. And I'm a Bobby Green fan. But like I was telling Pops, these are the kind of fights that make me question why I like MMA so much. When you see a guy just get taken to the woodshed that way. It's a good fight to watch if you're a fan of violence or a sadist. Definitely a good fight to watch if you're a fan of violence or a sadist, for sure. Okay. The next that brings us to our next fight. Jessica Andrade versus Maria Rodriguez. This was a unanimous decision, and I don't have a problem with it. And it was a pretty pedestrian fight, and there's not really much to talk about when it comes to this fight. A lot of ground and pound, not a lot of action in that fight, but decision.
That's what she said.
The two ladies. So then that brings us to Jalen Turner, who just knocked out Bobby Green in December. But as I told Pops, Bobby Green took that fight on very short notice. Now, when you take a fight like this on very short notice, that means that your opponent had a training camp. You probably didn't. Your opponent was prepared mentally to step in the octagon. And 2 weeks ago, you were on your couch. So when Bobby Green got starched in that fight, it was almost as expected. I would like to see Bobby Green rematch Jalen Turner with a full camp. I think that might be different. I think things might happen different. That being said, Jalen Turner comes out guns blazing. Just lighten up Renato Moicano. Lighten him up. I gave that first round. That first round went to Jalen Turner. He freaking cracked it. He cracked Renato in the last seconds of that round. In the last, I'd say 30 seconds, he cracked him, laid him out, put him on the ground. And if you wonder why these guys will swarm on a downed opponent that looks completely unconscious and start tagging them, and you're like, what the hell's going on? Why is that guy doing that? He's landing freaking shots after the guy's already knocked out. I'll tell you why. Because Jalen Turner cracked him, walked off like he just hit a home run, told the freaking judge to stop the fight, gave Renato plenty of time to recover. Renato gets up. He's fine. Second round comes around. TKO. I wonder if it was an early stoppage, though. I wonder how the MMA community feels like this. I wonder if Chris Benoit's in the chat. I wonder if he feels like it was an early stoppage. I think it might have been a little early stoppage, but Jalen Turner was on the ground, covered up, not defending himself well, and taking a lot of shots, and the ref saw enough. And he could have stopped that fight in the first round if he wouldn't have showed mercy. You just, you crack a guy in the UFC and they go down like a ton of bricks. You need to follow it up. You need to swarm on them with some elbows or some hammer fists or whatever you got, because you let a guy recover and it's either you or them, man. It's either you or them at that point. I understand sportsmanship and I understand freaking people's careers and I understand freaking. Look at Dan Henderson. He wasn't afraid to freaking land a couple shots after.
No.
Yeah. I mean, it's rough. It's a rough sport. I mean, you got to be willing to do man, when you get a guy hurt like that, you got to swarm. You can't let a guy recover. I've seen so many flash knockouts where you thought people in this sport over the years, where you thought people were freaking completely done, and they end up recovering and end up winning the fight. Big Nogueira did it.
It goes back to a Marine thing, man. The Pacific, one of the things they taught you at Jungle Warfare Train was if it don't stink, stick it.
Yeah.
So just make sure. Just make sure.
Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna you show someone mercy like that, it might bite you in the ass. It just might bite you in the ass.
Right.
The next fight on the card was Sodiq Yusuff versus Diego Lopez. TKO punches first round. Impressive victory. He just swarmed this guy. He swarmed Yusuff. Dominant performance, man. This guy's going straight up. If you didn't hear about this guy, you will. He's going straight up to the top. We had Kylie Harrison versus Holly Holmes. The old rooster got beat. The old rooster got beat. The female rooster. The old female rooster got beat. Submission, rear naked choke, but she's getting dominated before that. She's getting judo tripped and thrown around and ground and pound before that happened. Not exactly a boring fight to watch as far as the ladies' fights go. It was a little bit better than what I expected, actually. Holly Holmes on her way out, obviously. Here's the rub. Kylie Harrison on her way up. Aljamain Sterling stepped up in weight. He fought Calvin Cotter. Now, this fight went exactly the way I thought it would go, except it did not end with Aljamain Sterling getting a rear naked choke. It ended up with Daniel Cormier and Joe Rogan talking about how boring the fight was and how you're not going to get title shots fighting like this. Aljamain Sterling mauled Calvin Cotter. Aljamain Sterling, he is a submission artist. They call him the human backpack. He gets a lot of people in rear naked chokes. Wasn't able to do it to Calvin Cotter. This fight, he not look like a submission artist as much as a professional leg humper. Now, it was enough to win the fight. And I'm a guy that says, screw Joe Rogan, screw Daniel Cormier, screw the $300,000 fight bonus. If you want to advance your career, you need to fight smart fights. You need to win. And that's what Aljamain Sterling did. And it was boring for the crowd. The crowd booed, But there was times when Aljamain attempted submissions and Calvin Cotter just fought him off. So it wasn't like Aljamain Sterling wasn't trying to end the fight. It wasn't as if that was the case. It just turned out to be a boring result because nothing happened. No one really took much damage, and Aljamain Sterling dominated on the ground. It would be one of the fights that you used to, especially back in the day, would have shit on. You would have poo-pooed on this fight if you saw it. Because I know you're not a big fan of the leg humping and ground control game. You're not a big fan of that, I know. Not a lot of you
now. Tell me, because what the hell is leg humping?
Oh, I mean, you could kind of. I'm trying to be cute and funny here.
Yeah.
But when you take a guy down and you're trying to control him, and all you're doing is like grabbing up his legs, the whole fight and working for a position. It kind of looks like you're humping the guy's leg, almost like a dog, almost.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm trying to be cute and funny here, Pops. I don't know. Maybe I'm taking a leap.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here? I heard you people try to get a little track lead, not to jump around like a bunch of Kansas City faggots.
Because of that clip, Minnie, we're never going to get any traction. We're going to get deplatformed every freaking time. We'll never get any traction in this. Now, I also want to tell you something about that clip. I go to Kansas City to visit my freaking uncle. I haven't seen him in years.
Yeah.
I'm freaking sitting at his dinner table drinking. I can't stop thinking about I'm hanging out with a bunch of Kansas City faggots. I got that shit going in my head all the time. The whole time I was in Kansas City, I got that clip running through my head, man. You ruined Kansas City for me.
There's no way. There's no way.
Dude. Well, I'm going to say you ruined Kansas City for me because Kansas City was cool. It was cool to see downtown. I really wanted to go see the warehouses where they got these warehouses that are built right into the caves, like cold storage and shit. And to my uncle, it was like nothing. It's like everyone has caves with cold storage, and warehouses. To me, it was like cool. For me, it was cool because he actually works. He worked in sales for a number of years. He's a Swan guy, and that's how he got into truck driving. Now he drives a truck, and he's probably retirement age, and he drives a truck, and that's where he works. He works in that Kansas City, the cold storage and all that, and the caves. I wanted to see it. I didn't get to see that. I wanted to go to the freaking barbecue places. He told me they were all in bad areas, and he didn't want to go there after dark. So. But, hey, at least I got to see my uncle. I got to see Arrowhead Stadium, no longer called Arrowhead Stadium. I have no idea who the corporate sponsor is, but everyone still kind of calls it Arrowhead Stadium. Anyway, completely digress from the lecture at hand here. Yuri Prochazka versus Alexander Rakic.
Okay.
Alexander Rakic. Yuri, with his samurai willed this fight. He made this fight happen. He got out there and took a lot of damage to his calf in that first round. He got the shit kicked out of his calf. He was literally hobbled. The guy lives by the Bushido code. It's like a freaking religion to him. He gave Alexander Rakic gave this guy bulletin board material when earlier in the week at a press conference told Yuri that he's not a samurai. They told reporters that Yuri's not a samurai. And that's a lifestyle that you have to be brought up in. And that pretty much this guy's a poser. Man, wrong. Dude, when something's like a religion to somebody, when something's literally a religion to somebody, I think that's a mistake for you to go after that. He was focused. You're going to tell me I'm not a samurai. Well, he went out like a samurai because he took a lot of damage in that first round. Joe Rogan was pretty much giving the freaking fight to Rakic. Okay? And Yuri comes out there in that second round, and he just wouldn't be denied. He freaking made that fight a fight. He didn't stop swinging, man. His power took over. His power. He traded punches with that guy, and he outwilled him. Put him on his back. Put him on his back and finished him with ground and pound. Very impressive. Very impressive. I didn't wake up in time to bet these fights. I had to go to work. I wanted to bet these fights. I would have definitely bet Yuri. I definitely bet Bobby Green. I would have had some losers on this card too. So, I mean, I'm not even talking about those though. You know that. All right. Arman Sarukian versus Charles Oliveira. I literally just watched that fight while you were preparing for the show. You sent me the StreamYard clip, and I was literally like minutes into the second round of that fight. I didn't know if I was going to be able to watch that fight in time for the show. Yeah, well, I caught this fight, and my buddy had a bet on Charles Oliveira. If I would have gambled, I would have had a bet. He told me that he believed that Charles Oliveira won this fight. Now, I believe that Charles Oliveira won this fight too, but I had some distractions when this fight was on. I was obviously trying to shuffle around and get ready for the show as well. Now, there was a up kick in the first round. You know, when the opponent's down on the ground and they kick up, right? That is no longer legal in the UFC if your opponent has a knee on the deck, because he is considered a down opponent even though he's on top. Now, the old days of the UFC, the old days of MMA, that up kick was legal. That's how people trained. That's how a lot of people got knocked out. That's how a lot of people won fights back in the old days. You could kick from the bottom up into your opponent's face, into your opponent's jaw, into your opponent's chest. You're no longer allowed to do that because it's considered kicking a downed opponent. So he got a point taken away from him in the first round, which kind of makes sense why he was able to get a split decision. But that being said, I really believe with everything that it was a back and forth fight. It was a seesaw fight. There was times when Armand was in control. There was action the whole fight. It was on the ground. A lot of the action was on the ground, but it was action. People were taking shots. People were getting bloody. People were losing their position and getting dealt with. It was a very exciting fight. I'm a little biased. I like Charles Oliveira. I thought Charles Oliveira won this fight. You go back and watch it. You tell me. Weili Zhang versus Jan. I didn't get to see this fight. This is the only fight I didn't get to see. I just ran out of time. I just completely ran out of time. I can tell you it was a unanimous decision. I had a friend that told me that it was a really good fight to watch. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the girls. You know that. I'm not a huge fan of the girls. I am a bit of a fan of Weili Zhang. She has had some very exciting fights, if you can remember. That brings us to I didn't talk about the BMF, did I? Pull that up. Pull that up. Holloway versus Gaethje, man. This is one that I will talk about my gambling losses if I were to bet this fight. I would not have bet this. I would have bet Gaethje. I would have bet Gaethje in this fight. You know, after seeing Holloway get waxed against Volkanovski, and I really like Gaethje. I was wrong. A lot of pro fighters picked Holloway. Holloway was the underdog. He was only a plus 130 underdog, but he was an underdog. He's an underdog. This is the end of it. Look at that. These guys are going for that 300K bonus. Exciting fight. Exciting fight. Gaethje got his nose freaking smashed in the first round. He's never the same after that. I'm not making excuses up for Gaethje, but he got his nose smashed. And when I mean smashed, he got smashed. You know, deviated septum, could not breathe out of his nose. He's freaking got his nose smashed. And that's the way the fight went. You saw the ending, and there was a last-second KO, too. Couldn't have been more exciting, man. Couldn't have been a more exciting fight. Because at that point, honestly, when they started trading like that, even though Max was ahead on the scorecard, it could have been anybody's fight, man. Exciting fight to watch. They were going for the bonus. That brings us to the main event. We got Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill. And I didn't know what to make of this. I heard a lot of pro fighters picking Jamal Hill to win this fight. I didn't bet this fight. I told you my knock on Pereira. Pereira is probably the best. Pereira is probably one of the best kickboxers in the world, and one of the best, definitely probably the best kickboxer in the UFC. And I don't think they really he's been in the UFC for 3 years. I really believe they cherry pick his opponents. He was able to win 2 titles though. So I mean, I could talk all the shit I want, but the guy's holding belts in different divisions. You know, kicked Adesanya's ass twice in the UFC. You know, kicked Jamal Hill's ass this weekend. We got that. Pull that up, man. Let's see it.
All right, give me
a very short fight as well. First round stoppage. We were only 3 minutes and 14 seconds into the fight when it got stopped.
And then proceeded to KO.
Lose the audio. Turn down the audio. These guys are just talking at a bar. It's kind of annoying. Lose the audio.
Right
Mute it.
there on the dome.
Oh yeah, he's seeing stars.
He didn't even know where he was at. Look at his eyes.
Did you hear him? He don't even know where he's at.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
He pushed the ref.
Man, there's levels of this.
And then proceeded to KO.
There's levels to
Oh
this.
my!
And when Alex,
Right there on the dome.
Alex Pereira decided early in this fight that he had no respect for Jamal Hill and he was going to go right at him, and he did. That was impressive. That was impressive. Yeah. Alex Pereira is impressive in this fight. Like I said, I'd like to see him fight a real wrestler and see what happens. A real wrestler, you know. But that's just my knock on Alex Pereira. Guy's obviously the best kickboxer in the UFC. Held 2 belts already, you know. Star-studded kickboxing career, you know. Fought the best in kickboxing. That brings us to talk about maybe a little counter talk. We talk a little counter talk because you're going to be like, hey, Pook, what's happening in the UFC now? What's happening next? What's happening next? This was last night. What's happening now, right? Well, Conor says he's going to fight, and the UFC says Conor's going to fight, right? They say it's going to be this summer, and they say it's going to be Chandler. So I'm still not holding my breath. I still don't know if this fight's going to happen. I only talk about Conor at this point because everybody else loves to talk about Conor. You know what I mean? You like the guy. You love the guy. You know, you follow his Instagram page probably. You know, you see him on his yacht, you know, kicking girls in the stomach and firing them into the drink. You know, I mean, he's out there. People like
lies.
People like him for some reason still. I don't know. Maybe I could come around again one day. I doubt it. I really doubt it. I have an update on the Mike Tyson fight as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I know the rules. And Mike Tyson is gaslighting me right now as we speak. Mike Tyson is gaslighting me into thinking that this is possibly going to be a real fight.
Yeah.
He's getting on interviews and he's talking about how he's scared. He's talking about the closer he gets to the fight, he's no longer going to be scared. He's going to be a god by the time he gets into the ring.
Yeah.
And I also saw an interview, and I don't know how good an actor Jake Paul is, but he got asked directly by one of his cronies in a podcast, what if Mike Tyson knocks you out? You should have seen his face.
Yeah.
He looked scared.
Yeah.
He looked scared. So if you got 2 guys that are both legit scared, right? And you got, obviously, no matter what anyone says, you can't convince me otherwise. That's why there's no athletic board involved. That's why it's 2-minute rounds. That's why it's an exhibition. This guy is juiced to the gills. Tyson's juiced to the gills.
Yeah.
We know that. He's on everything. He's on every supplement. He's on every peptide. He's on any kind of performance enhancing anything. Man, I mean, these are heavy allegations to levy against somebody, but who cares? You know, if I was Ariel Helwani, I probably wouldn't be saying this stuff. You know, this is a small show for veterans. It's the truth, though, in my opinion. I had a gun in my head. I had a gun in my head, and you're asking me, is Mike Tyson on any banned substances? It'd be a laugh. It'd be a laugh. I'd be like, yeah, you can put that. You know what I mean? I mean, look at the guy. Okay, he's moving like a young man. He moves like a young man. You remember? Everyone remembers TRT Eddie Belfour. Eddie Belfour came back in his 40s and was starching people in the UFC. Why? Yeah. Because he was able to use testosterone replacement therapy. Obviously, Tyson's on testosterone replacement therapy, along with a litany of other things we know. So they are gaslighting me into believe this might be a real fight, might be a real contest. Now, the rules are state as such. You're going to have, I believe, I could be wrong because this is off the top of my head now. I could be wrong on this. I believe it's going to be 6 rounds. Okay. Might be 8, might be less than that, but I believe it's 6 rounds. 6 rounds. 2-minute rounds. Now, I'm positive about that. It's going to be 2-minute rounds. I'm also positive about this. 16-ounce gloves. They're going to have the big gloves, like the pillows. They're going to look like pillows. But Mike Tyson can still knock you out with those gloves. Yeah, so can Jake Paul. Yeah. So can Jake Paul. So they're going to fight. They're going to fight, and there's not going to be any judging. There's no judging criteria. At the end of the expired time, if it lasts that long without a knockout, they will raise both fighters' hands in a draw. That's how this fight's going to go. There ain't going to be no judging. So there's going to have to be a knockout for there to be a winner. The good news about this is, and I'm being trolled by Mike Tyson, and I'm biting on it hook, line, and sinker. He's trying to say it's going to be a real fight. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how they mix it up.
All right.
You know, obviously, there's a lot of reasons why you don't want to make it a real fight. You know, you don't want to make it a real fight in the sense that 3-minute rounds, freaking judges. You need to get athletic conferences involved. You need to get athletic boards involved. There would be testing. There would be other stuff. This would go on Mike Tyson's official win-loss record if he were to do that. So, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why they don't want to. I'm speculating, of course, but there's a lot of reasons why they don't want to do that. A lot of reasons why they don't want to make it a real fight. But as far as I'm concerned, it's an exhibition. But at the same time, I'm going to tune in regardless. They could be fighting each other with literal pillows. They could be like, these guys could be like this. And I'll tune in. Because it's Mike Tyson, right? I'll tune in no matter what, okay? All right, so I'm hoping to see a good fight. I'm hoping to see the old guy win. Imagine, though, if Jake Paul hurts the old man. Like, literally. Imagine if he freaking hurts Tyson's back, puts him back in a wheelchair. Dude, this guy will be the heel of ages. He'll literally, if he hurts Mike Tyson, he's got a WWE career. He will eclipse his brother. He will be the heel of the century. Okay, man. I said I had a lot. I think I got it wrapped up pretty quick. That's it. That's it for the.
All right.
That's it for the.
Yeah, you only went an hour. That's not bad.
There's a lot. There's a lot. I did talk about ghosts. I did talk about funerals. I did talk about other stuff too in there. But yeah, I did go on an hour. There was a lot to cover. There's a hell of a card. Hey, like I said, we're on the small platform, and because we're on the small platform, I'm going to take the liberty. Anyone out there that's an MMA fan wants to catch these fights, you can jump on MMA Share. MMAshare.com. And don't use a Chrome browser. Use a DuckDuckGo browser. You'll be able to catch all these fights. You can. I'm watching them all right now on my TV right now.
Oh,
Allegedly.
Pops, do you have any slides? Because
no, I don't.
I got to dip again.
No, don't worry about it. I'm trying to.
I thought you'd have slides this week. I was panicking.
I was all set to have the Sam Mayer slides, but every one of those videos has got something on it that doesn't allow you to show it.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll be right back.
But I mean, it comes up and it says, "Oops, I'm sorry, you're not allowed to use this." Okay.
Yeah, you suck. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'll be right back.
If you want. You can go to YouTube and search for Sam Mayer, Mayer wins, and see if you can get something to run. Everything I get, I paste it up, and it tells me I can't use it. Because there's all kinds of great videos. Because this it's just funny. We're talking about the best.
Oh, that's the Xfinity race. Pops, you're muted. Unmute your mic. Unmute your microphone. There we go.
Pops, we can't hear you, Pops.
Now we can.
Okay.
Can we?
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
All right. So what am I looking for?
Sam Mayer, Mayer.
Yeah.
Wins.
All right.
And there's a ton of videos out there.
Okay, at Texas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get hit for. Okay.
Minnie, they're gonna hit you from the backside one time. Really good.
Just know that we're using this under the Fair Use Act. Just Fair Use Act. All right. Don't ding the channel, especially you YouTube and Facebook. Don't ding it. This is cool. This should be shared.
Can you type something over that and just say
nope? Not that quick. I just did it audio wise, so we'll see what happens.
All right.
Sam Mayer, who wins for the first time this season.
Oh, this is after the checkers.
Up a little higher.
No, it looks like it looks like they're coming up.
We said he fired off good, not so much on the long haul. The one over sends it in there.
Got a little
loosey.
loosey.
Ryan turns back underneath him for a drag
time
race.
loose here by the 39.
This is coming up to the checker. Ryan Sieg is on the 39.
The one car actually has a flat tire here. It goes down into turn one. It hits the wall.
What?
Flat right side tire.
Thousandths of a second.
Shades of Atlanta Motor
Wow,
Speedway
man.
for the Cup cars.
That's
Sam Mayer
cool.
by
Wow.
inches.
And
It's
Ford
the
and
second
Chevy, too.
closest
That's awesome.
finish in
Total
series
finish.
history. And heartbreak for Ryan Sieg, who was that close to career win #1.
Wow. That was pretty cool. All right, I'll be right back.
That was the
was
truck
awesome.
race on Friday went down to a couple thousandths of a second too. It wasn't near as close as that played. And you would, but guess who won that one? And it wasn't Kyle, but it wasn't the other Kyle that we look at all the time. That's unreal. This 200
He's gone.
in NASCAR.
He's gone. He's departed.
Oh, all right.
I was talking about that with many. I was talking about that with many on my intro, man. We've lost a lot of people. We've changed the name twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's calling it the Barracks Party Media. I told him that sounds like some kind of gay pornography Facebook group.
I wasn't pleased with the name either, but
Barracks Party. Barracks Party Media. Okay.
And to be honest with you, Barracks Party to me, well, it's silly. So I'll leave it at that. I mean,
no, there's normally not any chicks.
They're trying to do something here, and when you have big losses like we did,
Well, you know, when
it's tough to climb out.
When you, I mean, I don't know. I've been to some Barracks parties. I don't know if I like that full name. I don't know.
What was I going to say? Anyway,
You're talking about Kyle, but you're talking about Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle Busch won the truck race on Friday, and that was maybe 10,000th of a second, I guess. But with Kyle Busch winning, you know, the kid's got 200 wins in NASCAR, so he's kind of expected to win. He's got like 4 wins in the Truck Series at Texas, which is outrageous. But you know, every race is a race, and you got to be there to win. And for one reason or another, Kyle is able to do it. He puts other guys in his car or in his trucks, and it's disappointing when they don't win. His equipment is probably the bestest in the fleet, so that makes it different. What's going on now is the Texas race. There's 71 laps to go, and Kyle is not winning. So he set a record on the pole qualifying yesterday, and started off from the pole. But whatever happened knocked him down, and he's down in the 20s right now. Kyle Busch is in 25th place right now. So it's still a lot.
Early.
Yeah, that's true.
It is early.
Well, not early. They got 70 to go, so you're looking at.
I mean,
a little over a half hour.
I know.
Say what?
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
I mean, the race
Pops.
will be over before the show is. So
Okay.
we'll be having another race.
Pops, I completely misunderstood what you were saying. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were. I was talking about the season. I thought he's 25th place in this race. I thought he was 25th on the charts here on the race.
Oh, okay.
I misunderstood. I'm sorry.
What I'm just talking about now is the race that's going on.
The race right now. You're talking about the race at hand. He's 25th.
Right. Kyle Larson made it up to 25th place. No, 23rd place. So he's got a lot of working to do. The guy that has surprised everybody. Where is he at now? Oh, Reddick is your leader now, which is he's a driver for 2311 Racing. That's
nice.
Yeah. So he was, this kid was picked to drive the 45 car, and he was driving for another team, and he decided to announce that he was going to go to the new team next year. And the team he was driving for said, "That's enough of this shit. Get out of here." And ended up him leaving the team this year so that he could go to the new team. So that was kind of neat to see. I don't know that it's ever happened before, announcing you're going to go to a new team before the season's even over. So that's
what. Where I'm sorry, I jumped in. I apologize, but like an F1 or what? Or
no, this is in NASCAR.
Yeah, that's happened before. Sure.
No,
not this early.
A whole season ahead of time.
Yeah,
coming up to the start of the season.
Yeah, you're right. Not this early. Yeah.
You say you're going to go for another team next year.
Kind of kicks all your boys in the dick, right?
Yeah.
Like, why am I going to fucking work?
What the hell are we doing this for?
Why am I going to work the 16, 18 hours for this guy when he's gone?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I don't know. I mean, maybe pride carries you through, but yeah, it's kind of a douche canoe move.
Yeah. Chastain. I mean,
I'll tell you what, Minnie. I'm screaming eagle shit in my douche canoe. Okay.
Are you?
I'm doing. Yeah, I'm screaming eagle shit inside of my douche canoe right now.
I love it. What else you got, Pops?
Indy's coming up, and so we'll be seeing this. This will crack you up. Guess who was second fastest at the pre-test?
Give me a hint.
He's on the track right now. Let's see what place is he in.
It's like 50 days till Indy, isn't it? Or 49 days? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But Kyle Larson is going to drive in the Indy 500 this year.
Nice.
All right. And of the 28 cars on the track Monday, Kyle Larson was second fastest.
Nice. I like it.
So
That's the fact, Jack.
He doesn't know what all is going on, but he was extremely fast in doing what he was doing. So he's got a good team behind him. They will do what they need to do to get him in the checkered flag.
Who's he driving for?
The team, which, well, let's see, they're in Formula One now. Let's see, who else can I say? Let me get it up here. That would be best. F1. Boy, this is terrible. I can't find anything today.
Oh, joy.
Yeah, it is. But anyway, it's the McLaren team. They came in and were a partner with other teams, and then ended up buying out the other teams their second year. So McLaren is tough. They employ your favorite driver from Mexico.
Oh, the Irish Mexican?
Irish Mexican, yep. But anyway, we know he's got good equipment. I mean, I think the other guys drove for Andretti and had good chances, but we're not in the win category. But apparently, Kyle Larson, he thinks he can do it this year. So that will be fun to watch. He's just got to get more time to be around the guys and running traffic so he can deal with all that air that gets screwed around behind the leading car. Max Verstappen is still doing his thing, but he's just walking away from everybody. He finished out the top 10.
You're breaking up again, Pops.
Come on. This is
nuts.
nuts.
I know. I feel your pain.
My friend's waving at you.
Oh, hi.
Miss Ellie, the beautiful Miss Ellie says hi.
Where is she from? Besides Arkansas?
She's from Arkansas, dude. She's born and raised.
What's her nationality?
What's her lineage?
Lineage? Yeah.
Vietnamese.
Okay.
She's fluent.
Damn. I was
she can get down.
hoping she's Cambodian.
Nah, she's Vietnamese.
Because I had a buddy who's about to retire. This old school hardcore dude, man. He is a kid who survived the killing fields in Cambodia. And he's about to retire. And I'm trying to think of something to get him for his retirement party that's like ninja. Because he's one of my favorite people in the whole place.
Miss Ellie's from Seattle, and that Asian community in Seattle is kind of a mixed bag. A lot of her friends are Cambodian.
Oh, there you go.
A lot of her friends, so she could tell you.
I want to get
find out
cool.
If she doesn't know, she could find out.
I want to get something cool. Maybe it's something that they do in their culture where they give somebody something that when they send them off, or I don't know. But like, yeah, T is who's who I'm talking about. He's a survivor of the killing fields of Cambodia. He is one of the most funny people in the place. He loves me to death for some reason. I love him to death because he's just a gangster. But he comes to me with all his problems as far as work, and I'm like, oh god, dude, you're killing me, Smalls. But hey, brother, I can't find this part, brother. And I'm like, all right, T, give me a second. And he's like, I can't be able to find it for 2 days, brother. I'm like, I'm fucking working on it, dude. Like, give me a second. And I'm like, oh, come follow me. Here it is. Thank you, brother. And then he comes up like at the end of the day, and he whips out cobra videos and shit like in Cambodia of people like capturing cobras and like cutting their heads off and doing the the whole Thailand thing that Marines do, drinking the blood. And he's like, the crazy snake, they're everywhere though. I'm like, how the fuck do you people live with those things?
Yeah,
like,
how do you live with those damn snakes? Someone gets bit by accident, it's freaking death, huh?
Yeah, you're done. You're toast.
You're
yeah,
done,
like
man.
you could bite an elephant and kill it. It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
But he's the sweetest guy too, and he's so funny. Like, because every place you have pieces of shit at work, right?
Okay.
And he just comes up to me, this motherfucker, brother. He's such a piece of shit. And I'm like, it's fucking killing me, dude. You're killing me. Stop. And then, of course, he hands me. She can't find this, brother. I'm like, stop doing this to me. He's a good man, but he's gonna retire soon. He's our highest picker at work, and the dude had a stroke like a year and a half ago. Barely can use his left arm, and he picks more than anybody else in the warehouse.
Really?
Yeah. He's just very methodical, knows where everything is, and just he sits there for an hour and plans this thing out, and he just does the whole day. And boom. Then he has to go look for work. Like, he's so funny. Such a funny dude. There's a guy that continually parks his forklift in a jackass position, says that other forklifts can't get in there and charge at the end of the day. And
why would he do that? He's doing that on purpose?
I guess. And funny, he's a veteran too. He's an Army veteran. And
man, what's up with all these veterans being shammers, man?
I don't know. But T comes up, his brother. He says, move his lift. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna move it. He goes, no, wait though. And I moved it, and he goes, He goes, hit the emergency stop button, which is hard to find, right? So I put it so you can't start your lift or move your lift or whatever. And he goes, all right, no, brother, take his keys and hide them. So I did, because how are you not going to listen to a dude who's been through one of the most horrific things in the 20th century ever and survived? Like, I'm going to tell him no. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Picked his keys, fucking hit him. So, yeah. Maybe he'll learn his lesson thanks to D. If not, I'm just going to say, D, you need to talk to him.
Now, do you think? Now, you seem to know a little bit about the killing fields. I do too. I knew a survivor from the killing fields back in the day. Do you think that's where we're headed in America?
No. Too many people with guns, man.
Trump supporters being dragged out in the street and shot.
Not gonna happen.
Who's
gonna drag on the street? Shot by who? The pink-haired transgender.
They bring in the immigrants, right? Then they allow the immigrants to serve in the armed forces. They completely take over the armed forces with immigrants.
Nah, that'll never happen.
Yeah.
No, stop being old tinfoil hat, dude. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna suck for a minute, but be all right. Come on, Rome lasted for years, and it was always in turmoil. So we'll be all right, man. I'm not saying there's not threats, but
the threats are from the inside, though.
No, they always have been, dude. They always have been. Pook, you need to watch. The show you need to watch. It's on FX. It's called Shogun. You need to watch that show, and you might understand a little bit more of your conspiracy theories better.
I understand. I don't even need to understand my conspiracy theories. We don't even have to talk about any conspiracy theories. We can literally talk about the conspiracy facts, bro. There's so many conspiracy facts.
You need to come on the bar to do that, though, man. You need to come on the bar next week.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Wrong place, wrong time. You're the one guy that's going with the killing fields for 20 minutes, bro.
Well, I just was talking about my boy.
And I'm just like, you think that could happen in America? And that's it.
All right, Pops needs to unmic himself or unmute himself. Unmute himself so we can keep going. You're muted. Unmute yourself before I just play another clip that's just completely inappropriate because I'm about to.
Well, you should play an inappropriate clip, being that we are the Barracks Party Radio.
Here we go. Here he is.
Hey, I came back now.
All right.
I don't know what. Remember when you were having trouble with your mic cutting out?
Yeah, we have the same mic.
Going away, and then I can't find how to get it back up. But both my mic and the mouse are plugged into the same port, and they're both screwing up.
You look fine. You look fine. You look good, Pops. Anyway, I meant to say. I
like the new shirt. You like the new shirt?
You look. When he announced you as the Reverend, I think you're a Cardinal now. You're a Cardinal here.
No, he's promoted. I guess maybe we should promote him if he's gonna be wearing that red shit all year.
Cardinal.
We should make him Cardinal Pops.
It matches my hat, man.
No, it looks good. You're the Cardinal.
By the way, yeah. Congratulations. Not to jump ahead into my segment, but the Reds did sweep the White Sox the first time they ever did in history. So, congrats to the Reds.
Well, they were just afraid if they did something wrong, they get thrown in jail.
Yeah, or some fans would jump out and start beating the shit out of the first base coach. But
he had it coming.
I didn't hear of any NASCAR driver getting in trouble in Chicago.
Yeah,
when they had their race last year, they're having the race again this year.
How about a NASCAR race to the streets of downtown Chicago? There they go down Lower Wacker Drive.
They're going to do it again this year.
I love it. But what's the circuit though? Where is it at?
It's not. It's a street. They run
no. I'm sorry, circuit. But I'd say circuit is what I meant. What is the track going to be? What is it run through?
All right. Let me get it up.
Do we have a virtual video of this on YouTube? Maybe
We probably do.
Ooh, I may go looking. I may go looking just to show our peoples virtual app. All right. Oh shit, that's not. Yeah, virtual app Chicago. There we go. Nope, haven't come up with shit yet. Oh, virtual lab. Oh, that changes it. Virtual app. Oh yeah, we have one.
Cool.
Oh, should we play it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's play it. Fuck it. Oh, God bless you, NASCAR. God bless everybody who's giving this up to us. iRacing, NASCAR, and all its affiliates and sponsors. But this is pretty cool, man. It's got to be Michigan Avenue, right?
Oh, it's going down to Michigan Avenue.
Okay.
It's wild. It loops back upon itself, going opposite directions about maybe 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
Oh, I like the bumps. Oh, that's fun to deal with.
That's Chicago, though, man.
Oh, yeah. Do they go down Wacker Drive?
Yeah.
That's all I want to know. Did they go down Lower Wacker? Because that's Chicago. Oh. Lefty. Ooh.
I think the third finish line is up by Grant Park.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Boy, this is a very technical track.
Well, but you don't have much in the way of driving.
Pops, you muted again. Pops, you muted yourself. You're muted. There you go.
All right. This is just unbelievably frustrating. Now I understand why you were so hyper when I was talking about you being broke up.
Yeah, it's a nightmare, right?
Yeah. And then on top of it, my mouse goes away at the same time, so it gets plenty bizarre. But anyway, like I said, there were no reports of problems between the drivers and crew and the Chicago police, which is hard to believe for a bunch of rich guys.
Yeah.
It could be they just picked them up and took them back to their hotel rather than charge them, I guess.
Yeah, probably.
I was waiting for somebody to steal one of the race cars.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. That'd be great. I love
you remember it was at Richmond when a fan stole the pace car?
Yeah.
I go, okie dokie. Where the hell does he think he's going to go? He's inside a racetrack. He can't get out. But that's our NASCAR fan. They got to go what they got to go.
There you go. Oh, what's Pook getting back? What's he doing?
I don't know. When's Michelle getting back? She back yet?
Yeah, she's back today at like 12:30.
I was gonna forgot to ask you how was it being daddy mom for the last couple of days?
It's horrible.
Yeah.
No,
I talked to Michelle quite a bit, because they're still looking for that house. And it's so funny the way she controls those two kids. And James gets into trouble, and because he gets into trouble, a little bit decides to do the same thing.
Yeah. That's why I started last night. I told him, I said, every time she gets out here and does something, I'm gonna beat your ass, not hers. Because you're supposed to be looking out for her. That's your job. That's why God, in His infinite wisdom, gave me kids in my 40s. At least He gave me a son who's probably going to be a pretty big dude. I mean, he's going to be a wiry dude, but let's be honest. But he'll be a big dude. If he wants to work out, he can do what I did and increase it. But your job is to look after your sister, and you suck. And Edith has turned into a little bit of a monkey.
Yeah.
Like, she just all of a sudden, I went out to smoke a cigarette, just came back with coffee, smoothies, breakfast sandwiches, muffins for everybody the other day.
Yeah.
And I smoke a cigarette. I come in, and Edith is sitting Indian style on top of the table, dining room table, just sitting there, holding my coffee. I'm like, oh, God, she's just, oh. So I'm going to troll her mom by teaching her every time she wants to scream Marine Corps. Just to mess with her mom. Dude, it's not going to be, I don't think James is going to join the Marine Corps. But Edie's going to be like, I know I'm only 14, but can I start in the delete?
She's going to be the first 4-star general in the Marines.
Oh, she's going to be fucking, she's so crazy, man. So crazy. It's so pretty. Like, if you ever get a good picture of her face and her eyes, they're the most deepest blue eyes you've ever seen. Yep. Then you throw the fucking red hair on top of it, and she's gonna pretty much steal souls and get whatever she wants all the way to the fucking 4-star. Guaranteed.
Well, you know that your cousins on the Mendel side.
Yeah, that's where the ginger comes from.
Her because she's got that red hair.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you send them pictures. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Anything else on?
Nope.
No, you got it.
Got it.
All right. So
next week. Although I forgot to say it, next week is China.
China.
And
I like
it's not
saying
been canceled.
China.
So it's been canceled every year for I think the last 8 years, but they say they're going.
So cool. Couple huge injury updates in MLB. Standings. Injuries so far. Trevor Story of the Boston Red Sox done for the year. On a jump for a play, dislocated and broke his shoulder. Done for the year. This guy
broke his shoulder. Wow.
Dislocated and broke it. Yeah. This guy's a gamer. Always been a gamer. Had a hell of a career in Colorado. Came over to Boston as a free agent, and it has not necessarily worked out. He had a really good cap to the end of the year. Crowd was cheering for him. He went on a tear, but it was so late in the year, and the Boston Red Sox was so far back, it didn't matter. But it's still a cool moment, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Trevor Story done for the year. Another pitcher bites the dust. Talked a little bit about him last week. Spencer Strider, the favorite to win the NL Cy Young. He's getting Tommy John. They got like 3 opinions, I think, and they're like, "Yeah, dude, you need Tommy John." So leading into that, here's a guy who's had it twice. All right. And one of the best pitchers, and by the way, married to one of the most beautiful women on the planet. And you'll know the guy when I show him. I swear to God, what he did was the most gangster move to pick up a woman ever in history. I mean, he just crushed it. That's Justin Verlander with Kate Upton.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. How do you not give? How do you just come off a game where you're just dealing and just throw a blonde hottie with big tracts of land, a ball with your number on it?
Yeah.
Like, that's just, guess she was looking for that guy and she got that guy. Let's see here. I gotta find it. Sorry, it's gonna take a minute. Damn it. Go away. All right, here we go. Found it.
Where are you? Are you in Phoenix now?
I'm in Phoenix right now.
Okay.
I'm at what the homies call the crib.
The crib.
The
Whoa.
crib. Yeah.
I gotta set you. I gotta get you. No, maybe I shouldn't do that. Never mind. Anyways, I have a old friend from high school. Who's a very pretty lady. She's out there. She works at a tech place out there.
That would have worked before, but my heart's with Miss Sully.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, if I would have thought about it earlier and pulled the trigger, yeah, you would have adored this. Oh, she's a smoking hottie. All right, here we go. Ari Alexander at Ari Alexander on Twitter. I asked Justin Verlander's thoughts on a rash of pitcher injuries we're seeing. Verlander gave a long, thoughtful answer, calling the injuries a pandemic.
What are your thoughts on just the last couple of days? We've seen a bunch of pitchers go down with injuries. There's been blame on both sides. What do you think?
I don't know, man. About this
it's
last
tough.
week.
I think the game has changed a lot. I think it'd be easiest to sit here and blame the pitch clock. I think in reality, you put everything together and everything has a little bit of influence. I think the biggest thing is the style of pitching has changed so much. Everybody's throwing as hard as they possibly can and spinning the ball as hard as they possibly can. And, it's hard to deny those results. Obviously, how can you? It's a double-edged sword. How can you tell somebody to go out there and not do that when they're capable of throwing 100? And this young guy comes up and throws a pitch 95 and gives up a big homer, and everybody's like, "What the hell, man?" So something needs to change. I don't have all the answers. I know pitching. And I've been. I don't want to beat a dead horse here. It is what it is. I think the data's out there at this point. But when the balls started to change back in 2016 and they started flying out a bit more frequently, I know myself personally that started changing how I had to approach pitching. You have to start swinging. You have to start approaching the batter as I want swing and miss. I can't have him put the ball in play where the old adage, pitch down, pitch away from the guy, hit your spot, get weak contact early in the count. And then you can kind of go up, and that kind of went out the window. When everybody started being able to leave the yard, especially opposite field. And look, I like I said, I'm not here to, I've said my piece on that before in the past, and it is what it is. As long as we're all out here competing on an even playing field, that's what I care about. And we all have the same baseball in our hands. So that's that. But I do think that you throw that in the mix, and you throw analytics in the mix, and you throw the pitch clock in the mix, and it all kind of, adds up. And it's unfortunate. I don't know how we rewind the clock. Maybe there's some sort of way to incentivize starting pitching, going deeper in games. I remember I talked to Scherzer at length last year with the Mets, and we talked about having, the starting pitcher be tied to a DH and having, you have to achieve certain milestones before. If the pitcher comes out and he hasn't achieved any of those milestones, you lose your DH. So at least the team is incentivized to teach their pitchers to go through the lineup 3 times. Whereas right now, nobody's incentivized to do that. No teams are incentivized to tell their pitcher, okay, let's go through the lineup 3 times. Let's navigate a lineup. Those aren't conversations that are had anymore. Nobody's fault. It's just the nature of the game where it's at right now. But if that mind shift switches and teams start incentivizing, okay, how do we get guys out 3 times? Because right now, 3rd time through the lineup, they're looking for an excuse to take you out. Because analytically, it says that batters have more success 3rd time through. So I can't sit here and blame anybody. But the second that you start incentivizing pitchers staying in the game longer, throwing 110 pitches, throwing 100 pitches, navigating the lineup, then the trickle down permeates all the way to Little League baseball. Everybody's trying to get to this level. So, you want to go play D1. Now you got to throw hard and you got to spin the ball well. You want to go to the minor leagues, you got to throw hard, spin the ball well. And, it all starts from here down. The second that you start incentivizing pitching and guys are getting drafted because they can pitch and get guys out, then that goes down a level and then down a level and down a level. And, I just hope that we don't wait too long because, it's obviously a pandemic and it's going to take years to work itself out because everybody right now, Little League on, go look no further than Instagram. I can't look at my Instagram feed without seeing, some kids trying to learn how to throw as hard as they can at 10 years old. I sure as hell didn't do that. I didn't figure it out until college. I matured into my body. I was, I say it all the time. If I came up in today's world, I don't know what would happen. My mechanics were a little different. I was tall, lanky, lean, skinny, lean, weird, kind of hadn't hit my maturity, went to college, didn't get drafted, went to college and kind of grew into myself. And all of a sudden started throwing hard, but it wasn't because I did some, program to make me throw harder. So it's hard question.
Justin.
That's why, but I don't care what anybody says. Throwing for speed like they're doing now, it got to put a stress on the whole arm. Not just
it is. It does. And I wanted to run upstairs to get a baseball, but I thought I had one down here. I usually have a baseball down here, and I'm literally looking all over the place for it, and I don't fucking see it. I called my wife.
I'm sure your son helped decide to rearrange the room.
Yeah, and I called my wife about it. And he brought up a lot of good points. One of the things I don't think he talked about was the sticky stuff. All right.
Yeah.
Not even talking about spider tack, but what has happened with especially since the new balls have come out and is that and they've taken this sticky stuff away. Now you're forced to hold the ball, I do this as visually as I can, deeper in your hand, okay? And you're forced to put more pressure with your fingers. So, instance, like here, I'll show you real quick. Look, the different ball grips. All right, so everybody knows what a 4-seam fastball is.
Yeah.
You just hold it over. Let's see, boom. Now, a 2-seam fastball is you move your index finger over a little bit, grip the seam, and then when you throw it, your wrist is not straight, it's twisted. So that when you overpronate that forward finger, that you get the spin. Splitter, that's not a devastating pitch to throw. Because basically you're throwing it. All these are devastating now because nobody can grip the fucking ball. They standardized the rosin, and the rosin is rubbish. But basically you grip in front of the U, and as you come down, as you get to the release point, you flick your wrist down. That causes the ball to spin down. Air hits it. Boom, it drops out of nowhere. Cutter is just bringing your freaking 2-seam fastball just a little bit nastier. Slider, I don't even like that slider grip because that's my curveball grip, but it is what it is. Changeup, that's a fucking ridiculous changeup grip. Like, only changeup grip I ever used was this, circle or 3. Like this. So, bottom of the ball is tucked in here. 3 fingers straight up, and you just overpronate, and the ball spins and it dies. And the curveball has always been shaking hands, and Dad knows what a curveball looks like when it hits them in the balls, doesn't he?
So do my balls.
Took me all day, because he's like, we're gonna use a ball with no seams. It's a rubber ball with no seams. I'm going to teach you how to throw a curveball. I'm like, all right, this is going to be great. Couldn't do it. Finally broke it off. Pops couldn't catch it. Went right in his nuts. He's like, we're done. I'm like, yeah, I figured that. That's fine. No worries. Sorry. It is what it is. But, yeah. What do you think about Justin Verlander's opinion on the injuries?
Well, I just think it's all because of the speed they're doing now.
Well, yeah, here's the thing that this ligament right here, the one that I always talk about, UCL. So it's that one, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't mature until you're 26 years old.
You're kidding me.
No, I looked it up. Yeah.
Wow.
So you got Trello
which
kids.
one is that? That is which one is that?
It's the one that always
lateral,
gets the Tommy John. Yeah,
I know.
UCL. UCL.
UCL? Okay.
Yeah, UCL. And that's the one they're always tearing. And part of it is you could tear it real fast if you throw really hard and you don't keep your elbow up.
Yeah.
Because that just puts more thing on there. But if you're like a power pitcher, you can get away with it a little bit more, but it's still gonna go. It's still gonna break. It's still gonna break. Unless you're Nolan Ryan, who's a fucking alien, by the way. There's no way he threw that hard that long and never had that issue. No, there's no way.
How many years has he been on top?
What do you mean on top?
As a pitcher.
Oh, man, he started his career in the 60s and he ended it in the 90s.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
You know,
like what he's rookie 67
30 years
and then he freaking
going hard is unreal.
Yeah.
Dodgers, Angels, Rangers. I mean, yeah.
What's his last year he played ball? 93, 94? 92?
Maybe.
And he like started when he was 67 and 67?
I could look it up. Hold on. I'll go to Baseball Reference. I have it actually bookmarked here. So Nolan Ryan. 1966 to 1993. Franchises were Houston, Anaheim, and Texas. Let's see if we get overall stats. Sometimes I'm good at Baseball Reference, and sometimes I'm not. Let's see here. Can I compare him to anybody? No. I don't want to do that. Let's just go Nolan Ryan. All right, there we go. Let's see here. Career 81.3 WAR. He won 324 games, lost 292. His ERA was the 3.19, which is stupid. Played in 607 games. He actually had 3 saves. Innings pitched 5,386. Strikeouts 5,714. With a walk and hit pitch rate at 1.247, which is pretty crazy considering he led the league a lot of times in strikeouts and walks. But yeah,
I don't think anyone will ever have that kind of longevity.
No, I'm not saying no to you. Like, no, I absolutely agree with you.
Well, like who knows? We don't know that. You could argue the other way, but I just don't.
No, there's no way.
There's no
way. There's no way. Like, there's never going to be a 300-game winner in baseball ever again.
I mean, he was still winning. I mean, I remember because the reason I know so much about Nolan Ryan compared to other baseball players is because my granddad was a pitcher, right? And he made a point of taking me or having my father take me and him to see Nolan Ryan at Sox Park. And my granddad was a Cubby fan, but he was a fan of good pitching. He was a pitcher. So I know a little bit about Nolan Ryan, and the day we went to see him, he had a one-hitter going into the 5th when they yanked him. I mean, the guy, and that was when I was in high school. So that was when I was in high school he was producing like that. So that was in the 90s. That was probably 92, I'm going to guess. Probably 92. He was pitching like that at the end of his career. He lighted people up for 5 innings. 0 shutouts, pitching shutouts for 5 innings, 6 innings. He pitched he pitched a no-hitter, I think, in like 1990, I want to say, 91, something like that.
He pitched 7 no-hitters, never won the Cy Young Award.
Total, right?
Yeah, 7 no-hitters.
But he pitched
total,
one.
Never
I'm saying he was still throwing no-hitters late in his career.
Yeah.
When he was when he was freaking 30 years deep into his career, still throwing no-hitters. So the longevity of that man is just incredible. That, like you said, alien genes, man. Those are alien genes.
It's either that or if you look at his mechanics are really good. He also was a farm boy, so all those elbow ligaments and everything like that, they were fucking matured way before they should have been, I guess. But also, he basically was a fastball, curveball pitcher. So, he broke off that curve. I have to look it up. I'm not good at this. I need to reach out to somebody to teach me how to do Fangraphs to see how often Ryan threw his curveball. But you imagine a guy who's throwing, 96, 95, and he drops a 80-mile-an-hour curveball on you. It's over. Like, you're not going to hit that. Like, unless you're sitting on it. And why would you be? Because you got to wait for that 98-mile-an-hour fastball. But he is still recorded. And there's a cool thing on Amazon. You can just Google a couple of documentaries on Nolan Ryan. You'll find them. I think there's one on Hulu. I think there's one on Amazon about one of them's called Fast Pitch. And Nolan Ryan is still credited with the fastest official pitch, which is 106 miles an hour, because they moved the gun from one era to another. It used to be right at the pitcher versus right now. It used to be back towards the pitcher or catcher, excuse me, and then they moved it up to the pitcher to make it look like everyone was throwing faster.
Really?
So, oh yeah, absolutely. Look it up. Yeah, for sure.
That's cheating, man.
Well, welcome to Major League Baseball.
I know, right? I know, right? They willful ignorance when it comes to steroids and other performance-enhancing drugs, and then they want to freaking come down on everyone like a ton of bricks, man. Just hypocrites, man. MLB's full of freaking hypocrisy.
I love my Cubbies. So, of course, we're going to show a little Christopher Morel action. Did very well the other day. If I could find it here real quick.
I'm going to the game tomorrow, Minnie.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
Nice. I like it. I like it a lot. Where is it? Christopher Morel grandson. There we go. Twitter. It's on Twitter. Give me a second. No, don't buffer. Just. Oh, give me a commercial. Of course. Give me a commercial to a cell phone service that I already belong to. That is a tremendous use of resources. You lunatic.
Well, they want to make sure they retain you as a customer, sir.
Oh, they're not.
Oh,
they're not going to.
Like that.
No.
Oh, no. So let me get this right. So Verlander just now, let me summarize to a layman like me what he's basically saying. He's saying that you got middle relief trash, you got freaking a juiced up ball, you got the pitch count, which is a total advantage to batters.
Well, no. What he's saying is it's a compound of things. And I tried to talk about this week, and I'm kind of gonna hone on it this week. It's basically, look, you've got these kids in high school going to pitching schools, doing flexibility drills, doing yoga, so that they can actually get every single just tiny little muscle in their body to throw as hard as they can, because that's the path to the scholarship. And then at the scholarship, you get next level of coaching, and they're going to do the same thing because strikeouts are sexy and velocity is sexy. And then you do that, and then you get drafted. If you're really good, you get drafted high, and you get a really nice deal. And all of a sudden, you start seeing these guys who start doing that, and all of a sudden, they're blowing their elbows out like crazy, like repeatedly. You remember? Oh God, what was his name? The Black Knight.
The Black Knight.
Yeah.
Was this from a Batman movie, dude?
Yes, absolutely was from a black. Jesus Christ, you fucking asshole!
Now you got him going.
Matt Harvey. Matt Harvey. They did call him the Black Knight. Matt Harvey. It's a good job, Pick. Good job, Poop. No, but Matt Harvey was called the Black Knight, and all of a sudden, boom, his elbow blew out. So there's something. I think it's a bit of the pitch clock, not being able to take time to recover. I think it's the Spidey tech and the not being able to use any kind of sticky stuff other than MLB approved shit. Which is, by the way, here's the thing, real quick. You know what MLB does with every baseball? They fucking cover it in mud.
Yeah.
Okay. What planet is that a good idea? Because you know what mud does when it dries? It turns to dirt, right? And is dirt grippy? I'm going to go with no. It's slippery.
No, it's the opposite of grippy.
Right. So you're forcing the ball into your hand further, gripping harder, and things are going to go wrong. Things are going to go very wrong. Pitch clock is that. A Spidey thing is that. I think that it's just institutionalized now where guys come up and they are. When I did my shoulder rehab, I met a 16-year-old kid who just got Tommy John. I'm like, how hard did you throw, dude? He's like 90. I'm like, what? I'm like, how old are you? He's like 16. I'm like, why are you throwing 90?
Did you tell him he's not allowed? Did you say you're not allowed, young man?
Oh, I fucking had it out with him. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Do you know why you have this surgery? Because your coach is a cunt.
Oh,
what do you throw? And he's like, I throw 4 seam. I was like, do you throw 2? He's like, no. I'm guessing the next thing is a curveball slider. He goes, yeah. I said, you want to know why your elbows exploded? That's why. You should go after this rehab assignment and kick your fucking coach in the balls. Here's my card. If he has a problem with it, come see me. Because he fucking basically, this is like I don't know, like $25,000, $40,000 surgery on a 16-year-old kid playing high school baseball. Or I mean, are you serious? This is insane. Kids shouldn't be throwing that hard. He shouldn't be throwing breaking balls like that. No. Why? No, why? 2 pitches you need it from Little League, Legion Ball, in high school. Fastball, 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, changeup. That's it. None of those are going to put 0 stress on your elbow. And they're going to get a lot of people out if you can put them where they are. If you can't, then you need to not play baseball because you're going to just rip your shoulder up and your elbow. Anyways, moving on. Next thing. I talked about Trevor Story. Spencer Strider, Ippei. Have you heard about the we all heard about the Ippei Shohei Ohtani thing, right?
Yeah, that is wild.
Ippei has filed with the feds for a guilty plea. So homeboy going down. If people don't understand it, the relationship between an interpreter in a foreign country and that player is very tight. And it comes to find out, somebody on a podcast called Baseball is Dead said Dallas Braden that he had access to everything, so he probably changed the alerts. Well, he did. So he milked $4.5 million out of Shohei accounts, changed the notifications for every transaction so that Shohei would have no idea.
You got to understand, we was going to win this money back and pay him and pay off everything.
Yeah,
he had good intentions.
I kind of want to find that bookie in California, Pook. If you can find him for me, I want to do some dirty things to him. Dirty things to him.
Like, are we gonna put this on the Barracks party?
No, I think I'm gonna give him
dirty things to this guy.
I think I'm gonna find this. I'm gonna find his Jag. I'm gonna find his Jag and give him a Chicago Steamer. You know what a Chicago Steamer is, right?
Yeah, it's that Vince McMahon stuff. You're into that crap?
No. You tell me what a Chicago Steamer is, and I'll tell you what I think it is.
You poop on the girl's head, right?
No.
While your buddy's sodomizing her, like Vince McMahon did.
No.
That's what.
No, that's when you pop somebody's sunroof. You just take a shit in their car.
Oh, I thought you were going to poop on this dude's head while your buddy sodomized him and put it on Gay Barracks Radio.
There you go. All right. Next up. Oh, got some videos. Got to do some videos. All right. So my boy, my boy, Christopher Morel hit a fucking dinger. It wasn't just a dinger. It was a dinger. It was a piss missile. Woo!
Grand slam home run into the second deck. In Bellinger are the runners.
Yeah, you can't throw a fastball or change up that part of the play. Never gonna end well for you, dude. Ever.
Into the second deck.
Yeah. Awesome. First class Grand Slam of his career. That's kind of why I pointed it out. Yeah, I know I'm a big cubby, but it is what it is.
Did you see my guy had an inside the park home run?
No, I did not see that.
Oh, yes.
You'll have to send it to me. Ronald Acuna up to his old tricks. National League MVP last year. Of course, I've got a commercial. Why wouldn't I have a commercial?
Yeah.
But this is pretty funny. A little crossover, a little baseball, little WWE. Gotta get this started. All right, stop. He's so quick. Stop, dude. Stop being so fast. All right, here we go. Do I have it shared yet? No, I don't. There we go. That'll help. Ronald Acuna Jr. stealing, and the end is the part that's most impressive. Here we go.
Oh, shit. You can't
Little
see
John
me.
Cena can't see me, baby. I love it. Good
Willie
for
Mays
you.
Hayes.
Yeah, it was awesome. One of the biggest prospects in MLB right now, for sure, number one rated overall by everybody, is Jackson Holliday. You might remember that name because his father, Matt Holliday, was a pretty damn good Major League Baseball player as well. So here's a little video of Jackson Holliday getting called up. Pretty cool, man. I always love this shit. Where is it? Give me the video. You shit. No. They're not gonna do it. Not gonna do it, huh? Hold on. Maybe this is it. Oh shit. I don't want to download the McDonald's app. Can we just move through the ad? Thank you. It's all about diversity and inclusion. That's awesome. I very much appreciate it. No, it's not going to play. For some reason, I lost it. So, no big deal. Close that out. All right, moving on. I've got some other stuff. It is very cool. Jackson Holliday coming up, number one prospect, second baseman, the Keystone Corner. He is going to be a cornerstone again of the Baltimore Orioles, hopefully forever. A little parody, if you guys don't mind, about how to fix baseball. It's pretty funny thing. I thought I'd play it for you guys. All right, here we go. Give me a minute. And then we'll get a little bit more serious baseball talk for a minute, but this is pretty funny.
Down horrendous. MLB viewership is at an all-time low, and they continue to ruin America's pastime with ridiculous rules to get the attention of little jagoffs with zero attention span. It's simple. There's just a few changes that need to be made, and it starts with no more drug testing. The league needs to turn a blind eye to PEDs so we can see guys juice up and put the ball in orbit again. Next, we got to bring back plowing the catcher. And while we are at it, we shall encourage fights. If you're taking a 95-mile-per-hour fastball to the dome, you better be charging the mound with vengeance. To even the playing field, pitchers can use pine tar, and each team's DH gets to use a metal bat. Steroids, constant brawls, and metal bat piss missiles would drive viewership through the roof. The commission get his head out of his ass and bring back the steroid era. We're all sick of watching these soft pansies mope around on the field. I want to watch some grown men junkies hit swamp donkeys and beat the shit out of each other. Baseball is down horrendous.
Dude, if they let the DH use a metal bat,
oh my
shit.
God.
That'd be nuts. Oh, I tune in.
The scariest shit I ever saw in my life was I threw and I put it where I wanted to put it. I didn't think he was looking for it, but I put it belt high outside corner, and he was a pull hitter, and he got it, and he hit it right at me, and I kind of fucking matrixed my way out of it, but it hit the inside of those two, in between my kneecap and the inside bone on your knee, and bounced off. My knee swelled up like a soccer ball, and I'm like, oh my God, this is, like a year before I'm supposed to go to the Marine Corps, because I signed up, like the second I could. I'm like, oh, this is over. No, it was fine. It went down. There was no serious damage done, but yeah. Woo!
No, that's vicious. I got shotgunned by a pitch in a pickup game. Guy freaking, I was pitching. I ain't no pitcher, bro, but it was a pickup game. A guy hit the ball right into my chest, man. I had a monster bruise, man.
Oh, sure.
I didn't have no chance. I didn't catch it. I didn't have it. I didn't even see it. It's freaking bam.
Giancarlo Stanton had a historic homer this week. Good for him. And wait till I get to the rankings, and Pook's really going to light me up like a Christmas tree. But here we go. Giancarlo Stanton.
Does not field.
Right field. Sanchez looking. See ya. Way back in right field. The Yankees are on the board.
Give that guy a metal bat.
It's 4-1 Marlins.
No, don't.
Somebody give that guy a metal bat. Somebody give that guy a metal bat. He needs one.
Are they going to show it again?
I told you last night, if he's going to use the whole field, watch out. Great things are going to happen.
High drive. Right field. Sanchez looking. See.
Jesus. I mean, that's just stupid. When that dude's healthy, it's just unfair. Absolutely unfair.
I like it. I like all this action, man. I really do. I've had a chance. Like I said, I'm going to a game tomorrow. I had a chance to watch some games here and there, catch some games. I really like all this action, man. I love to hear pitchers cry. It's great. I want you to put out every week. Put out some pitcher. Oh, the juice in the ball. Oh, the pitch count. Oh, wham. Oh. I want to hear it every week. Another pitcher. Get another one next week. I'm sure there's another one crying about it. It's great.
Oh, probably. Yeah, probably just to make you happy.
Yeah.
O.J. Simpson's dead. God, what?
Now we'll never know the truth. Golly.
Yeah, because nobody knew the truth. Should we take a break and sideline just for a second in the NFL? Because I got a couple pretty funny videos.
We'll talk about some NFL stuff. I'd love to hear about it. I don't know anything about the NFL. I know they just had the draft, right?
Yeah, and I don't care about.
I don't really know what's. I got buddies that take the day off for that and have a party and watch it.
Those are sad
cheese, tortellini, and tomato sauce.
What the fuck?
All right, man, look, you're in the NFL. You've made a lot of money. You've had a promising start to your career. Things are going great for you. So just keep making good decisions, and you'll have the life you've always wanted. I appreciate it. Yeah, I really feel like I'm on the right track. You know what I really want to do, though? Don't say it. I want to race. Oh. Cars, specifically. Can you not? On busy streets and highways. Why? Might drink, too. Well, that makes it better. Really? No. I want to endanger lives. What? Including my own. Is it really that hard to obey speed limits? It is the single hardest thing I've ever tried to do. Okay. All right, man, look, you're in the NFL.
Anybody know what that was about? Rashee Rice, Kansas City. Yeah. Clocked it over 120 miles an hour, hit 6 cars. Good job, buddy. They're called racetracks. You can take your ridiculously stupid car and race it on a closed circuit where nobody else is get hurt except for the people who agreed to race with you. And after this, that might be a short list, but I don't know. Maybe not do it through the highways and byways of Kansas City, you fucking twerp. Yeah. Hey, let's give 21. Let's give 20-year-olds a bunch of $1 million and see if anything bad happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know who used to do that was Sweet from Chicago.
Yeah.
And he continued it after he got out of football. He was a pretty decent driver.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he had a race team and everything. Walter Payton. Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that. So my buddy last night after work, right? He's another casino worker, and it's like maybe 3 a.m. in the morning, right? So he invites himself over to have drinks with me, which is great because he's my friend. He can do that anytime he wants. But he obviously wanted to come over and have drinks. So he comes over and he has drinks, and we end up start talking a little baseball, and he told me that he had a lock for me today. He told me to parlay the over in the over in the Atlanta-Miami game with the under in Oakland, Washington. Oh, no. It was Milwaukee's game. It was a Milwaukee game. Pardon me, not Atlanta, Miami. Milwaukee. But same outcome. And he said, so over in the Milwaukee Orioles game, and then take the under in the Washington-Oakland game. And he told me that if he wins that bet, he's taking me out to dinner. Me and my lady. Well, and he told me it was a lock. He told me that the Washington, and he got one half of it right, but I'm looking at the Washington score right now, and it's 6-7. That's a total of 13. That game went over. That game definitely went over. So I'm not getting my dinner, Pops.
Oh man.
No, not getting my dinner. And he had me blow $20 on this stupid bet too.
Well, Chase Elliott won that Texas race.
Who?
It's been weird though. There's probably been 8 or 9 spins as they're trying to get to the final. They had to start the yellow flag, line back up, and then the Chastain, who was running second at the time, spun out all by himself. So it's really been weird. But anything can happen in Texas.
It's one of those tracks.
Yep.
Everything's bigger in Texas. Is that track bigger?
They got bigger crashes in Texas. They're not bigger than Daytona or Talladega, but they're more spectacular.
Here it is. Florida's edging out Texas as the more dominant state.
Here's a little more baseball shit for you. Angel Hernandez, who is on the thumbnail.
Oh God, here we go.
Jesus Christ, this guy's fucking horrible. Like, what are you even doing?
That strikeout was outrageous. There wasn't a pitch in the strike zone, and he strikes the guy out.
Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Not a single one in the box. And that dude has a job. Why? What a piece of shit. And he's arrogant. He's an arrogant cunt about it too. Like he's like, oh no. You mouth off to me, you're gone.
Well, I agree with him. He's got to set the law. He's got to lay down the law. These pitchers and managers will run all over him if he doesn't.
Oh yeah. So what you're telling me is you don't do your fucking job.
No, I mean
you're
that's
hired for.
That's his strike zone.
What's
These
it
batters
called, balls and strikes.
These batters need to adjust to his strike zone the way he's calling the game. That's just how it's always been. Man.
Hey, have you ever sit in a box facing a right or left-handed pitcher and try to hit a ball fucking 4 inches off the plate? Good luck.
That one strike was 6.
Oh yeah, that's the kind of Well,
yeah,
that's the kind of crap.
One of them was 6.8 inches. Pop says one of them was 6 inches off the plate.
Well, that's the kind of.
Do you know how many balls it is?
I don't know. That's the kind of crap
balls.
I used to swing at anyway.
Well, that's why you
know,
never played baseball very well.
I don't. It's kind of crap. I was just hoping to come inside so I could act like I was trying to get out of the way and lean into it with my shoulder so I could get on base.
So here's what Pop was just talking about, and here it is right there. It's so inspirational to see Angel Hernandez. The strikeout pitch missed by 6.78 inches. That's 3.5 balls, dude.
Everybody makes errors. You're picking on this guy.
Fuck you. I will murder you. I will buy a ticket right now, fly, and kill you.
You're going to kill me?
Because fuck those fucking... No, you're defending a piece of shit. He's the worst umpire. He's the worst umpire in MLB history. I just know
how these no good, low life, malcontent, spoiled brat, rich ass athletes can behave, and he's laying down the law, man. He don't put up with no shit.
Even though he's not doing his job.
Well, everybody makes errors from time to time.
Oh, all right. He makes errors from time to time, right? Everybody makes errors every time. All right, that's agreed. We all make mistakes. We're human beings. He's the worst rated umpire since they've started keeping stats on them. And they're not even close.
When you compare the statistics of his strike calls being wrong and the rest of the league, he's always too high. He's outside the average, way outside the average.
Way. Now, let's bring a little fun into this. A little kind of almost crossover, if you will, to this is great. If I can fucking there we go. Yeah, there we go. I got it. All right. This is you know what? Garrett Hampson just broke Francisco Lindor's ankles. I love it. This is funny. You don't see this very. Oh yeah, I got it.
Oh, this was a good one.
Yeah,
it was. Smash him with a bat.
No.
He's got him picked off.
Watch this.
One down. Lindor turns around and got him picked off, and now he's in a rundown. Lindor turns around.
Now watch Lindor at the end, just trying like a good second baseman should.
Lindor,
he's like,
who was trying to locate the runner after catching the.
Yeah, get off the bag, dude. Yeah, just do it. I dare you.
Is able to slip through.
Oh, that's embarrassing because Francisco Lindor, probably the most solid shortstops defensively and offensively for a while. His offense has gone off the rails a little bit lately, but man, he got duped. He
definitely did, and that definitely was way better outcome than what I had visualized in my head when you were talking baseball and someone got their ankles broke. I thought maybe somebody got smashed with a baseball bat.
Oh no, or Neil Cruz things going on here, but I ended up with just I gotta do it. It's Major League. I gotta do it, guys. Sorry, gotta play it. I love
Yankees.
Well, hold on, I'll try it again.
The Yanks. It's gotta be with the Yanks. You gotta be doing something with the Yanks.
I'm gonna get to this. I'm gonna get to the standings, and you're gonna give me shit. I just want to have some. I want to have some fun before you lit me up like a Christmas tree about how much I'm not a Yankees fan, but you believe that I am. But anyways, here we go.
Break down Jake Taylor laying down a game-winning bunt in Major League. So Jake steps up to the plate and lets the pitcher know that he plans on hitting a fucking blimp. My man on the rubber's like, oh, what about that? Need biatch. He throws one high and tight, and Taylor bails faster than my college girlfriend after I brought her to a Halo 2 tournament. Now, the pitcher's heated because he does the snap and turn. This is like a 9 on the dad's gonna pop a blood vessel chart. Everyone's telling the pitcher that he's a real piece of shit as a fired-up Jake is rocking that psycho swagger like a dude who's not afraid to get kicked out of the airport. Like, dude, I got fucking Ramada in points. I don't give a shit. Jake then points again, which is honestly pretty ballsy for a guy that has a helmet with no ear pads. I mean, one four-seamer off the temple, and he's going to be wearing a chin strap made out of hemoglobin. Hayes takes off for third, and at the last second, Jake lays down a half bunt, half swing. Now, this chubby was meant to catch the defense off guard, which is exactly what happens as the third baseman reacts like he just woke up from a nap and his kid is sticking a fork in the toaster. And Jake is old man bombing up the first baseline. He's using every single regret he's ever had in his life to give him power. Hey, remember when you asked a woman who wasn't pregnant when she was due? Power. Puked on the priest at your nephew's first communion? Power. Lasted 9 seconds in bed and said, oh, this usually doesn't happen. Then tried again later that night and somehow went even shorter? Power. Hayes has that last day of school YOLO energy while the third baseman does his best Scott Brocious and
Why does it stop?
I don't know, Pops. I think that's
Everything stopped.
I think that's his connect, buddy.
John is disconnected.
Yeah, he's disconnected. He's disconnected from reality with his Yankees fandom. That's where he's at.
Oh, wow. Ooh.
What's happening, Pops? I don't know.
Well,
I guess are we? He's
I
on.
think,
You're on
here
now.
he comes.
Right,
Welcome
we're good,
back.
We're good. All right. Welcome.
Yeah. We had a interesting little technical hiccup there, but
And extended
Were you under some kind of cyber attack, Minnie?
I don't know. When's the last time we talked to Big Mike?
I don't talk to Big Mike, man.
Oh, Big Mike's always breaking my balls. I figure she's breaking, your balls because we all have balls. But yeah. Anything else in here I'm looking at? Yeah, I think we're good. Actually, I think we covered everything. Did they play the Stephon Diggs video?
I don't know.
Oh boy, you guys are killing
It's
me.
impossible for me to tell what we've done because I've been in and out here so often.
Right.
Not intentionally. It just goes that way.
Nah, there's no stuff on Diggs video.
Oh, there is.
Oh,
there's a little note. Joe Burrow caught this on Fox News of all fucking places. But he says, he's pro taunting. I'm not gonna get my feelings hurt. Like the stupidest penalty in the NFL is taunting. Oh, you gotta do that. What is this, high school? I get it. Is this fucking Pop Warner? Then I get it. But it's the NFL. Like, here's the thing though that worries me. I'm like, yeah, get rid of it. And then all of a sudden something popped in my head. Was like, oh god, now they're just getting ridiculous with it, right? Like as soon as they're free and clear, they're just gonna go stupid with it.
WWE from the early 2000s.
Right. So the rules should stay or it ain't. I think it should stay just because I'm afraid of the slippery slope. Because there's a lot of very talented, athletically talented people in the NFL that are basically high functioning retards. Like they really are. Like they can't. They all they know how to do is play sports. Nothing else. That's it. That's shit. That's all they know how to do. Play, catch, block. That's it. Actually, offensive line and defensive line are pretty smart. But your premier players, your wide receivers, your quarterbacks. These are not exactly fucking. They didn't graduate high school with a degree.
John, this is something we're all agreeing on.
Yeah.
If you taunt somebody, the other team gets the first punch.
Oh, I agree. I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
I'm totally fine with that.
If you want to taunt, no problem. I get to react.
I mean,
and if the other team reacts, then they get the flag. I'm fine with that.
Right.
Yes. Yes. Because who doesn't taunt in sports? Jesus, in baseball, it's like a fucking religion. Like the last home run I ever hit, I ever hit was fucking beautiful. It was off the left-handed pitcher who just signed a deal and was leaving that game, scouts in the stands, and I fucking blasted it. I broke the same window at Calumet High School that Kenny Lofton did at one point. All right, the same window. All right, like the line is 325, and I went close to 400. Yes, a -5 aluminum bat, but still crushed it. Came on first, came around second, touched third. And he goes, "You think you're good?" I'm like, "Hey, bonus baby, just took you yard meat." mwah, and I kissed him. And then he rushed me, and the bench just cleared. It was awesome. It was so cool. He didn't make it 2 feet. And I hit him in the chin. He dropped I'm like, oh yeah, you're never gonna make it. Like I basically kind of like on my back feet tapped him on the chin, and he was out. So good luck with that bonus, baby. But yeah, other than that, I don't know if I have anything else for you guys.
I got dinners waiting.
Oh, I bet you do. Yeah. So all right, let's do final thoughts then, boys and girls. Pookie, you're first in, so first out, Bubba.
All right. I did get a chance to watch that Weili Zhang fight, some of it while I was on Sports Church. Exciting fight. There's levels to this. There's levels of these female fighters. That's the highest level. Very exciting fight. I enjoyed it.
Love the female fighters. Love it.
That completes the complete breakdown of UFC 300.
All right, Bubba.
And when they come to take my rifle and my Bible, I'm going to be shooting through the stucco and the doors at these motherfuckers.
I'm coming for you! No, no.
Medic!
No.
All right, Pops. Final thoughts after that.
We're just moments away from May, and that means it's going to be the big race of the season. Indianapolis 500 is coming up, so
yeah, baby,
everybody's tuning up for it, and I can't wait to see it. I think that Kyle Larson has a shot because he's that talented. If the car stays together, I think he's got a shot. Let's put it that way.
Pook, do me a favor. Go look up the odds on the 8,500 for winners.
Okay, this would have been real easy if my cell phone didn't die.
Oh!
But I'm gonna open up a window and look it up here.
All right, look up the odds on winners for the 8,500. Let's put some money on this. Not unlike the the NCAA tournament, which, by the way, I won again.
How did you win? Because I'm gonna pull my cell phone up. I don't know how. Okay, how am I?
You're not in our league. You joined the wrong league or did something.
I joined the wrong league. I joined the Sports Church League, and I'll show you it's a Sports Church League.
Yeah, but yeah,
I'm in a league of my own. I clicked on your link. How did I join the wrong league? How was this my error?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the lunatic.
Before you could say you win it, you gotta look at my sheet.
All right, how many points did you get?
All right, I'm gonna go get my cell phone. It's charged. I'm gonna turn it on, and we're gonna look at this.
All right, do it. Because I bet you I beat you. Just saying. I crushed the finals this year. Crushed them. All right, how many points you score, Pook? Overall. How many points you score overall?
Dude, I don't know. My phone's powering up right now.
Well,
I'm still trying to look up and once this powers up, though, we got it right here, baby boy. All right, you got Alex Pula at plus 300, which is 3-1.
Okay.
You got Josef Newgarden, Team Penske, plus 450, which is 4.5-1 odds. You got Scott McLaren. You got Scott McLaughlin. He's plus 650, which is 6.5-1. You got Pato O'Ward. You got Pato O'Ward. He's 7-1 plus 700. These for people who aren't familiar with these odds, they're just based off a $100 bet. So if someone's plus 300, that means you're getting 3-1. You're gonna get $300 for every $100 bet, and so on and so forth. So
all right, so Pop, who you're picking? Kyle Larson. What's Kyle Larson's odds again?
Kyle Larson. Kyle Kirkwood's ahead of him.
Nope.
I need Kyle Larson's odds.
You got to be long.
I know.
They got to be long because I'm not seeing them on this. And we got We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I got over like 25, 30 drivers here on this page, and I don't see Kyle Larson's name.
All right, we have to wait until next
He
week.
must be part of the. He must be part of the field. I don't know. I could pull this up on my app as well. I got an MGM Sportsbook app. I got a Caesar Sportsbook app. I got a freaking.
All right. We'll figure out next week. Probably, we got a month and a half till Indy, basically, but to the day. So, Pook, how many points did you score in your bracket?
Oh yeah, I got to pull that up, don't I?
Yeah.
I was just looking at it. I got squirrel. I got looking at text messages. I got hit with like 5 of them while my phone was dead. I was watching my phone. I was streaming my phone to the TV to watch the fights, and I didn't have it plugged into a charger. It died. So here, this is what I'm doing. I'm pulling up my email right now, and what we're gonna look at. I'm gonna look up Sports Church.
Yeah, you joined the wrong league, fuckface. I sent you an invite like 3 times.
Was ours not on CBS Sports?
No, it was on Yahoo, man.
No wonder.
Yeah,
I joined the sport. Did you create a league in CBS Sports though?
No.
How'd I join a league?
Back in the day, yeah.
And no
back
one.
in the day,
how was I able to pick this year's?
Because you're a genius.
I'm a genius.
Yes. How many points did you score? What did you pick?
Hey,
Who'd you pick? Did you get the winner? Did you pick the winner?
No.
No. So how many points did you score?
I had Purdue and UConn in the final game.
All right.
And I had
me
you,
too.
And I had you in state going deep, bro. So let's take a look.
Yeah.
Hey, John. You know who owned?
You're breaking up again, Pops. Yeah, I know. Annoying. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I don't know why. It's never been a problem for you before, which just makes it even more mysterious.
2 Mormons own Dry Bar Company comedy.
Oh, yeah. Sure. All right, Pook.
I just got too many emails from CBS Sports, dude. That's my problem. But I'm pulling it up right now. We're gonna have it right here. Okay, so here it is. Sports Church. You can see. Can you read that? Hold on.
No.
Can you read that?
Kind of. Pull it back a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, pull it back doesn't mean shove it forward.
Yeah, that's so the light don't reflect off it, so you can see it better.
No,
that's
I got you. So how many points did you get?
Well, it says I'm number 1, and it says Sports Church. You see that?
Okay, yeah. How many points did you get over the course of the tournament? What did you finish up with in number 1?
Do they okay, I got 82 points. I got 39 correct.
All right. I have 144.
They don't have the same scoring system.
Yeah.
They don't. That's the ESPN scoring system. They don't. What's your brackets? Here, let's take a look, man.
You want to take a look?
Yeah, look at this one. Look at all the green on this one, man.
Dude, I fucking 144 and 140. You know the next closest person to me?
Who?
It's hilarious. Was Richie.
How many
92?
How many correct did you? Let's not worry about your points because obviously the point scoring system is different from ESPN to CBS. How many did you get correct, Minnie?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to fucking.
Well, that you pull that up right now. It'll say.
Where?
Correct picks.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Correct picks. It'll say you don't even have to count
them. What? View bracket? I don't fucking see. I think we're talking about 2 different fucking things. So
if you look at your standings, even like when I because I was
dude,
in another,
I was 144 out of 144 possible points when I started the tourney.
You picked everything right in the first round.
No. Don't get me wrong. once it got to that, like, that was the best I could get after like the second round, and I hit 144 after the second round. Like, I got kind of hit a little bit the first, second, and after that,
You remember in the old days how we used to do these pools?
Oh yeah.
Somebody would grade them. They go through
Yeah.
and grade them. It wasn't done by a computer automatically. So I mean, this would be real easy. You just pull up your bracket and look how many winners you got, and look how many winners I got, and then we could sell this once and for all, Mini.
All right, we'll do that next week because I have no
Okay,
idea.
that sounds good. That sounds okay. Yes, sir.
Let's do it though.
Red King got the odds on Kyle Larson plus 2,000.
Plus 2,000?
That sounds about right.
Should we put some money on this?
$100 gets you 2,000.
Everybody put $100 on it to him to win, and if he wins, $300. Woo!
Get 6.
Yeah, I like it.
You really think he's going to win, Pops? I mean, I bet on dumber stuff. I know that.
Well, he wins more than.
All right, let's do it. I'll put $100 on that.
All right. My final thoughts. Remember, never take a permanent associated with that very problem. There's plenty of resources out there for us as veterans. Remember, we used to make it just from waking up to chow, morning chow, to fucking lunch, to fucking evening chow. That's how we did it. Did it every day. Look at it that way, man. I don't care how depressed you are, how shitty things are. You can just make it to the next meal, make it to the next day. You're crushing it. Without further ado, thank you to Pops. Thank you to Pook. Love you all. We are gonna be out-ish. If I can ever find it.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
I'm pretty tired.